It's all you.
Noe turned on his heels and started to walk towards the door.
I'm assuming that's the elder.
I think that's the elder.
You have a place to stay!
He froze when the elder's voice suddenly called out.
No.
I don't mind if you stay in the village until the moon of light rises.
Huh?
Noe involuntarily turned around. The attending female's cat's face suddenly stiffened.
Female cat, right?
I think that's the elder still.
Really? Okay.
You must be exhausted. You should rest.
I sound tired.
Oh, there's the female cat.
Oh, do you want to do it? You
Oh,
can do it.
okay. Elder, please wait.
Be quiet, Kaguri.
Oh, elder.
Damn.
Female cat Kagiri controlled herself and reluctantly shut her mouth. Chieftain watched Kagiri and continued.
No matter the circumstances, an outsider is an outsider. Our people will probably not welcome you, but you're alright with that.
The chief's tone was stern, but he probably understood that Kanoe had no other place to rest.
We don't like you.
Kanoe stood there in silence. Strengthened by his confusion, his tail shook from left to right several times.
Are you pissed off at me?
Hey man, my cat's tail do the I'm like, time to go. It's nope, out.
He was honestly thankful for the offer. But, as the elder said, the cats of Kiro wouldn't welcome him. Gary, who was trying to hide her dissatisfaction, stared at the profile of the elder. Aside from that, he had one more concern. That was sacrifices. Kira's lack of food supply was probably no different from Karo and other villages. This meant that outsiders could be suitable prey. They could eat him without any qualms.
I don't think we're gonna try to eat you. Is there something else you want to ask?
The elder narrowed his eyes as he looked at Kanoe.
Is there a system of sacrifice in Kira?
Sacrifice?
The elder furrowed his brow in open disgust.
How dare you assume we would eat you? That's disgusting. We take pride in our Kirin bloodlines. Even if we should starve, we would never eat one of our own tribe. And to be frank, I don't think there is a single soul here who would risk eating your body.
See? He's like, nah, man.
Tainted.
Not even about eating you. Not about that. Rude.
That much was so. It was said in Karo that those who ate a cursed cat became cursed themselves.
No, you just don't look tasty.
Kira's family took pride in their blood. At least they seemed more practical than Karo.
Call Sato.
The elder ordered the attending female cat.
Oh no, crap.
Female cat seemed to try to hide her confusion. However, she immediately left the hut. After a few minutes, the hut's door opened. The black cat that led Kanoe into the village came in. Elder beckoned to him. The black cat stepped forward, expressionless.
Still gotta figure out his voice.
This is Sato. He'll watch over you until the dawn. But don't think we're going to eat you, because that's gross.
The cat called Asado looked at Kanoe. The eyes that watched him were dark blue, like the night sky at dusk. He was probably a year or two older than Kanoe. But Kanoe felt an immature air about him, as if he was still a child in development.
Those are my favorite characters! Yes!
He noticed the elder watching Asado closely. His eyes shone with a aversive light, as if he were watching something disgusting.
He's about to touch that part. Not in here, sir. Not in here.
He hadn't looked at Kanoe like that. He thought that maybe something had happened.
I know he's gonna put the moves on you first. He should wait until he learns your name.
Well, we just learned his name.
Yeah, like yes!
First route character we know the name of. Yay!
Oh yeah, we don't know the other guys. Woo! Taking us this long. Do I click? I thought this was like I don't need to click.
Oh, I guess you do.
I don't know.
Sure. As ordered by the elder, Asada let Kanoe out of the hut. Kanoe felt the other village cats watching with hatred and curiosity as they passed, but it seemed like those gazes were cast not just at him, but also at Asado.
Told you we're not going to eat you, sir. We would never eat you.
Oh my god. He looked at the back of the black tail walking in front of him. Asado didn't seem concerned and only walked in silence. There was conflict between the cats of any village. It was that way in Cairo too, of course. Noe wasn't one to be too worried about it, but for some reason it made him uneasy. Sado's home was on the outskirts of the village. It was the same as the others, a simple house made of wood and stone. When Kanoe entered it, his impression didn't change. When Asado entered the house, he immediately picked up something like a twig from a shelf, an ignition branch, a branch with crushed ore pepper powder on its tip.
I was like, okay, pepper. I guess we can do that.
Or
That'll
pepper.
work. Oh.
When Asado struck the ignition branch against the wall, its tip caught on fire. He put the flame into a lamp hanging beside the door. An orange light spread through the room.
Okay. What?
Kanoe, who hated fire, avoided the lamp and moved to the opposite wall. Oh, okay. Since it was their first time meeting, he couldn't just ask him to put out the fire simply because he didn't like it.
I was probably going to realize that and be like, oh shit.
Asado sat against the wall. He gestured a hand in front of him when he saw Kanoe still standing. He was probably gesturing for him to sit. Just sit. Kanoe took off his drawstring bag, which he carried on his back, and sat down where Asado indicated. He tried to casually look around. Further off, there was a bed, a storage pot, and a barrel of water. Besides that, there wasn't really anything at all. Asado looked away and sat cross-legged, sometimes twitching the tip of his tail.
He's nervous.
Neither of them spoke.
Because he's super nervous right now. Trust me, I know cat language. He is super nervous. He's like, don't mess with my stuff.
Kanoe glanced at him. He couldn't read any emotions from an expressionless face.
Get from the tail.
Before they entered Cairo, Asado had been filled with murderous intent. His intense gaze was branded into Kanoe's mind.
That changes in an instant. My one cat, she will hate you. You feed her, all of a sudden she is now your child. Like,
But the way he looked now made him seem like an entirely different cat altogether.
See, he had lunch. That was good. I'm telling you, man. I got this.
The awkward silence continued for some time, but his companion didn't say anything. Actually, he seemed a little nervous.
I got this! I got this.
Kanoe removed his shoes from his weary feet and stretched them out. His lips parted slightly in a sigh. He removed his remaining gauntlet and began to grin.
Okay, so you know how I said like certain cats reminded me of my cats? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kanoe is my cat Aries. Like,
I think you said that before.
yeah, I'm stick to that. I'm stick to that.
Oh my gosh.
But my cat Kiora is definitely like Asado. She's just like, I hate everybody. Holy crap, is that food? Wait a minute. And Aries, he grooms all the freaking time. I mean, all the time!
After being immersed in his grooming for a while, he suddenly felt a stare. Bella was watching him closely.
Fucking cat! Huh? Am I doing something wrong?
He also stared back and started to feel like he had done something wrong. Kanoe had asked his question out of reflex. Asada looked puzzled.
What? Grooming? No.
Asada averted his eyes as if he panicked just a little.
Oh my god, because Aries will try to clean his yard. She's like, no, I don't think so.
His tail, thinner than Kanoe's tail, beat against the floor restlessly.
Oh my god, it's my cat.
What? Asada watched Kanoe out of the corner of his eyes but immediately looked away again and muttered in a soft voice.
Hungry? Huh? Are you hungry?
Stretching out the screen!
What's bad is I'm not laughing because he's trying to leave. I'm laughing because I can clearly see my cat in here. She will do that.
The sudden question surprised Kanoe, but now that he mentioned it, he remembered his hunger. He felt like eating.
A little. Slides back in. Hey.
When Kanoe answered, Asada stood up and walked towards the pot. The pot. Not a pot. The pot. He turned. He pulled out some food from inside and returned.
Here.
He held out several dried fruits. There were also kiwums mixed in.
Oh! It's love. It's love. We have to go for him first.
It's cubes.
Is it okay? Oh, oops. Is it okay?
Asada nodded, then looked away. Kanoe thought he was kind of weird. He got a completely different impression from him now than he did when they fought a little while ago. At first glance, Asada was expressionless, but he didn't seem like a cold person. It was kind of awkward. Perhaps he didn't like interacting with others.
Cat. That's my cat.
Kanoe reached out a hand to grab a dried kiwum and tossed it into his mouth. The strong, sour sweetness spread through his mouth, and for some reason he felt relief sink into the pit of his gut. Finally, feeling he could relax, a soft sigh leaked from his lips.
Good.
Kanoe nodded honestly to Asada, who had asked him hesitantly.
Look at that face. Oh! Oh, right when I was talking about you, you did the smile. Oh. You're happy now. I'm gonna have to change your voice. I see.
Asada finally looked straight at Kanoe, and his mouth relaxed as if he were relieved.
Ugh.
When he smiled, he looked like a child, Kanoe thought. While Kanoe ate, Asada stood up and returned to offer him water from a small cup.
You can drink this too. Sorry. It's alright.
Keep on changing his voice.
I'm trying to figure out who too.
Oh.
This is Kanoe. This is Asada.
Which one is it? Again, there was silence. But it was intense. Like the swaying flame of the lamp, it was a soft silence.
Right around the time my cats would start to fight again.
After he ate 3 more fruits or so and drank some water, Kanoe quietly looked at Asada. And that's Kanoe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same. What about you? Aren't you going to eat? I'm fine.
The faint light illuminated his jawline as the flame shook. Pupils of his dark blue eyes relaxed into a wide circle. Looking up at Kanoe from time to time, Asada seemed more like a cornered animal than a cat. His eyes were unexpectedly gentle. The glaring eyes from their first encounter now seemed imagined.
But what is this though?
That's his scarf. It's behind him. The shot.
So it's like his hood or something?
It's like it's attached to his, like, you see those black lines?
Yeah.
It's part of his scarf.
Oh.
It attaches the collar.
Okay.
It's weird. That reminded him. Sal must have not noticed that the symptoms Kanoe was afflicted were different from the state of the Kyren cats. Plus, the elder practically forced him to take care of Kanoe. This must be unpleasant for him.
No! Asada totally wants to touch that butt. I'm just helping him.
Elder!
It's troublesome, isn't it? What is?
At the returned question, Kanoe kept quiet. Kanoe hadn't meant to ask, but he carelessly spoke anyways. He didn't like talking about these things, asking his companions how they felt about him. As Asado thought, time seemed to stand still. Kanoe couldn't stand it. He wanted to beat his head against the wall, but he held back, getting neither an affirmative or a negative. He just didn't know how to handle these sorts of situations. If his companion really hated it, he would feel like a burden, would feel awkward asking someone to take care of him. He'd rather sleep outside. Sal watched Kanoe, not understanding what he meant. Kanoe gradually became embarrassed and turned his face away, putting the cup of water aside.
Click, click.
He opened his mouth boldly.
The elder ordered you to watch over me. If you actually hate it, I thought I'd apologize.
His voice trailed off.
Oh?
Asado answered vaguely. He neither confirmed nor denied what he said.
This dude and his mixed signals. Oh my god. Do you want to touch our butts? Am I talking?
Oh my gosh. Left feeling uneasy, Noe's tail involuntarily stood stiffly.
Oh no, he's scared.
Sal suddenly met his eyes, peering closely at Kanoe. Kanoe lowered his gaze because he was being stared at.
Oh my god, he's scared and nervous. Huh?
Oh, this is what Asado is saying? Oh my gosh.
Your eyes are beautiful. What?
He answered reflectively.
Sorry.
What did he say all of a sudden? Came out of nowhere, and he didn't understand what Asado meant.
Oh no, wait, that's him! That's him! I was like, damn, Asado, what the hell? Really, it's a common color. You can find it anywhere. No.
Asado shook his head lightly and looked at Kanoe from the corner of his eye.
See, okay, I'm sorry to compare my cat again, but Ukiura does the same thing. It's like she's a jerk all the time. And all of a sudden she's like, you know what? I'm gonna cuddle up with you. It's like, wait, what? Like, no, it's fine. I like you. Whoa. It's not the color. Your eyes, when we fought, they were powerful.
When they fought, he was talking about when they first met. He was just desperately trying not to succumb to Asado's blood. That thing. They finally mention it! I thought they would mention it earlier, but yeah. Crooked tail. What are you surprised about?
Aries has a crooked tail.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Aries has a crooked tail too! It's like an episode basically like dedicated to my cats.
Oh my gosh.
And your fur, too. And you have a crooked tail.
Pointing it out made Kanoe felt his anger boil. Felt like Asado was pointing it out just to embarrass him. Crooked tail was by no means attractive.
Well, sorry for having a crooked tail.
At that blunt answer, Asado's ears stood straight.
That's exactly how it works for Ukiura. She's just like, never mind, I hate you now, screw you. No, I think it's pretty.
I understand that too. I think it's pretty as well. Kanoe didn't really know what Asado meant. He means that it's pretty!
He literally told you.
He means that it's pretty!
It's pretty.
Considering it, he looked down at his own tail. Now he tried to wiggle its tip. It was just an ordinary tail, nothing special about it. Instead, it looked scruffy from his tumble earlier. Compared to his, he looked down at Asato's tail. Even though they were the same jet black, he thought Asato's was more beautiful.
Ah, just lick your tail a little bit. Hope you chill.
Since the fur was shorter than Kanoe's, it had a shiny surface and was glossy.
Yours is prettier.
You're just comparing tails like, oh, I think your tail's pretty. No, yours is prettier!
You're pretty. No, you're pretty. No, you're pretty. I think you're pretty, but you're pretty. Oh my god, we're back in middle school again.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Asao looked at Kanoe with wide eyes.
Senpai noticed me.
Kanoe had only said what he honestly felt, but when he saw Asado making a face like that, he felt like he'd done something wrong.
I noticed me.
Kanoe hung his head with a sour look. He felt like everything he did and said was strange.
I'm assuming that's him.
Asado.
That was the first time.
A low mutter broke from the awkward silence.
That no one said that to me. Cause you're sorry. I got excited. I got super excited. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I got excited.
Asado's face became
No, Kanoe.
Kanoe never say that word. Reflexively lifted his face. Asado's face became awkwardly stiff. Just like a scolded child who had done something bad. But he didn't look like it was much of a bad thing, though. Maybe he was just embarrassed.
My god, just get embarrassed, so I can't compare him to Ukiyo anymore. I did the click.
Awkward words. Awkward behavior. Even though he had those frightening eyes when he'd swung his knife.
You're a weird guy.
Kanoe muttered without thinking.
Sure.
Asado blinked a few times as if he'd been caught off guard. Oh my gosh!
I don't know what to do with this.
Oh
This is super awkward!
my god! So precious. Like, I'm weird. You're weird too.
I'm weird, but you're weird too. Really, really weird.
Kanoe was a little offended by what he just said.
You're much weirder than
You're
me.
going at it again!
Really? Really? I see. Oh my god! I just want to hug him. He is so cute. I'm just kidding.
He answered back.
Oh my god.
Asado's responses were far too honest. It was a little bit funny. He seemed just like a kid, even though his body was big.
Oh my god, I'm in love with it.
And Kanoe laughed softly. The air around Asado softened slightly.
You're... Him?
I think that's Asado, because Asado knows Kanoe's name yet.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Because yeah. Your name. What should I call you? Kanoe. Kanoe.
As if he had given him a delicious candy, Asado mouthed Kanoe's name to himself several times.
Pretty in love.
Kanoe felt strangely tickled.
Kanoe.
Yeah. Asado suddenly held out his hands.
Well, you can fix what?
The gauntlet.
Oh.
You're just like, what is he fixing?
I'm like, what is broken? What got broke? You can't fix this. There's no fixing this.
It's a gauntlet.
Oh, okay. I can fix it.
Kanoe's just the same as you. He's just like, what? Fix what? What's going on?
That. And you totally knew what was going on, and me and Kanoe just both like,
I'm Asado, you're Kanoe.
what is broken? What is broken? That thing for your arm, since I tore it.
No, I realized he was talking about his gauntlet. After removing it from his bag, he handed it to Asado.
If he can sew, I'm out. Oof, this is gonna be great. You can fix it? I can. I can do anything for Senpai.
Oh gosh. Asado held the cloth in his mouth and got up, retrieved something from a shelf and returned. He wound a thread. Finley around a sharpened stone and began to sew the torn part of the gauntlet.
I'm in love. Oh my god. I want him as like an actual cat.
Oh my god.
I need an Asado cat.
Inoue watched in amazement at the unexpectedly delicate way his bony brown fingers moved.
Amazing.
He muttered in admiration, and Asado lowered his eyes as if he were a little embarrassed. After that, he made an apologetic face.
I'm sorry about back then. Huh? I was told to get rid of the intruder. That's why...
Instantly remembering, Kanoe shook his head at the thought.
I understand. Don't worry about it. I see. That's good.
Asado's voice was tinged with...
Ah.
The tear on the gauntlet was mended quickly, and it was returned to its former state. He gave it back to Kanoe.
Thanks. It's nothing, Senpai.
Sempai! As he put on his gauntlet, he sensed a gaze on him. Asado was staring at the marks on his arm.
Not going to ask? Ask what? About this body. You could have phrased that a much better way. You're not gonna ask about this body. This. You really would stay here for so long and you're not gonna ask how good this is. Like, really? Could have asked that a different way.
Asado averted his eyes and looked puzzled, but nodded slightly.
Yeah, okay. If you don't want to talk about it, I won't ask. If you want to talk about it, tell me.
Asado's awkward concern made Kanoe feel that his impression of him was steadily changing.
Oh my god, that cute little grin. They are totally into each other right now.
In some ways, they were similar, he thought. Probably because of his relief, he couldn't hold back a yawn. Remembering his fatigue, he tried to curl up.
It's okay if you sleep a little. Go to bed. What about you? I'm fine anywhere. As long as Senpai is comfortable.
Asado slowly got up and showed Kanoe the bed.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. Here. That looks really uncomfortable, but okay.
Kanoe hesitated for a moment. He couldn't bring himself to decline such a gesture of precious goodwill, and he followed obediently. Asado sat down on the ground and rolled onto his back. Kanoe took off his coat and carelessly put it somewhere before crawling under the blanket.
I promise you.
The blanket.
Asado took his coat and he's hanging up there. It's gonna wash it, okay? I promise you he's gonna do this for him.
It felt nice, but it smelled different from his own bed.
Because it's not your bed.
Not much time had passed since he left Taro. Still, it felt like it had been ages since he slept in a warm bed. He realized he was happy with just this much. While purring faintly, Kanoe started to nod off into shallow sleep. Half asleep, he heard a muffled voice from beyond his blanket.
Okay, Sure. I'm assuming it's that. I don't hate you. Not at all.
Because of his sleepiness, he couldn't hear it clearly. He wagged his tail in response. He then fell into a more peaceful sleep than any he had in a while. It was Asado.
Why does he think he hates him?
That time they were unaware of what was happening in Kira.
No, what's going on? No, I like these cats. They're nice. Oh my god, what's gonna go wrong now? Oh god. That's all we got. It's gonna be a great cliffhanger.
Oh gosh.
So, recap. Elder's trying to get Asado and Kanoe together. I know it's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be a thing. my cats are basically featuring in this episode. Like, it's basically like my cats. And it's great. And I miss them. I'm going. Yeah. So, anything else? That's about it.
Yes.
Thought I was being cute.
Sato's cute.
Yeah, he's all awkward and
He's really, really
adorable.
cute.
Adorable. Yep, so that's it. We're all gonna go sleep like we should, because holy crap, I'm tired. But we'll see you guys in the next episode, okay?
Bye bye.